everyone. So today, it's into the Dell, by the way. And today is the 15th of March, 2025. We are into Saturday. Just 2 days away, I believe, from actual St. Patty's Day. Celebrating St. Patty's Day, though, today, because it's St. Patty's Day weekend. So, here we go. All right. I got a few things to cover on this. First off, welcome to my segment. If you've never been on this before, welcome. This is basically my nerd talk, so here we go. First off, though, talking about those tornadoes, high winds last night that we had here in the Midwest. I'm here in a small town in Missouri, and the winds did pick up pretty high yesterday evening. But the good news is nothing here was torn up or anything that I'm aware of. Everything looks fine here, at least around this area. But my thoughts and prayers go out to those who were impacted by this storm, especially with those tornadoes that dropped last night. I know there's at least a couple, maybe more than that dropped in Missouri. So, and I know there was at least one or two, probably more than that, in Kansas, and Oklahoma may have got hit. I'm not sure, but I know various places. Illinois might have got hit. Tennessee might have got hit. So my thoughts and prayers go out to everyone who was impacted by that storm last night. But anyway, getting into the nerd stuff. First off, talking about WWE. We're getting into it. Smackdown. Jimmy Uso. First off, LA Knight comes out. He opens up the segment. Really cool. He well-deserved. I mean, he just got the U.S. title last week. He opens up the show. Jimmy Uso comes out and he challenges LA Knight for that title. Because he said, that's my only way of getting to WrestleMania right now is to challenge you for that belt. So, he's interrupted, though, by the New Bloodline. They come out, and it was Solo Sikoa that does all the talking, but he's basically saying that Fallout 2 deserves a shot at the U.S. belt, and he's not wrong. I mean, I do agree with what he said, even though I think it should have been Fallout 2 talking and not, instead of that guy. But at any rate, so we got Solo Sikoa talking, and of course with the New Bloodline, though, you got Fatu, Solo Sikoa, and let's just say there's 3-on-2 in the ring, because all you got is Jimmy and LA Knight, and the New Bloodline there's 3, so they take advantage of the numbers situation, and they end up attacking Jimmy and LA Knight in the ring. But then Braun Strowman comes out, and now we have a 3-man tag for the night. So we have Strowman versus Jimmy versus LA Knight. They do end up getting the W in the three-man tag. And Solo Sikoa ends up attacking Strowman after the match. Strowman got the pin. He got the win. He gets attacked by Solo Sikoa. LA Knight helps out Strowman, but then he gets knocked around by Fatu. Fatu then comes into the ring and attacks Strowman. A pretty vicious attack on Strowman. He ends up laying Strowman out. So the question is Fatu and Strowman really done yet? Are we continuing with that feud between Fatu and Strowman? Will we see Fatu eventually challenge LA Knight for the title? Time will only tell, but I'm thinking that we'll probably see Strowman and Fatu at WrestleMania finish that story. So, but Jade Cargill talks for the first time. She has an interview, and she's speaking about Naomi. The interview was interrupted when Liv and Raquel walk by as the interview is going on. They insult Jade Cargill, saying, "Hey, this is all your fault. We got attacked because of you." In which case, Jade looks at him and says, "Hey, not today, not today. I mean, come on, she's been injured. She's been out for a while. She can't exactly just come right back. But at any rate, so Jade was saying that, looks at those two, and she says, hey, if I was in the ring, just so you know, if I was in there instead of Naomi, you guys wouldn't be holding those belts right now. So the insults continued, and now we have a match next week on Smackdown. Liv Morgan versus Jade Cargill. I'm definitely looking forward to that, but I think we're probably going to see Naomi show up at some point during that match and intervene. So that's what I'm thinking anyway. We're going to keep that going because we do have, I think they did say that Jade Cargill and Naomi will be facing each other at WrestleMania, so that will happen. So then we continue on. Charlotte Flair has a match with B-Fab. I guess the two were bickering, basically. And we end up with a match there. Flair ends up beating B-Fab at the end with a figure 8. Locked in. B-Fab taps out because she has nowhere to go. Flair decides to keep the figure 8 locked in. Basically until Tiffany Stratton's music hits, and then she drops B-Fab, and we have a brawl going on between Stratton and Flair as soon as Stratton hits the ring. The brawl would continue for a while, even after commercial break. We see Tiffany Stratton hit her Tiffany time twice, once over the top of the ring to the floor on Flair and some guards, and then she hits it yet again from like a tall wall that's up above them as they're going through in and out of their entrance ways. So she hits the Tiffy time from that height, from the top, knocks the Queen down and the guards, and then she stomps on Charlotte Flair for good measure, as the announcer said, and then she hollers out there's a new queen in town to Charlotte Flair, as Flair finally kind of looks around like, what the hell just happened? So yeah, it looks like we've got, of course we know that match is going to happen at WrestleMania. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. I look for a really good match between those two. I don't think they're going to disappoint. So I'm thinking Stratton's probably going to win that match. I'm hoping she does. So we'll see, but I'm thinking that's going to be a good one. Then we had Nakamura. Oh, then the Miz comes out, and we have, like, I guess Miz TV. So he calls out Cody Rhodes. Because he was already interrupted by Tiffy time, I guess, that last Tiffy time. So we see the Miz being so upset, like, well, you just got interrupted and all this and that. And Cody Rhodes takes him out without much of a problem. Because basically everybody was singing Cody Rhodes' song as Cody comes out, and Cody's doing his thing, and the Miz gets upset by it, and he goes like, hey, we don't have time for this. I've already got interrupted by Tiffy time. I'm not going to be interrupted by Cody's song. This is ridiculous. And Cody hits his Cody Cutter on the Miz and knocks him out. And he says like, hey, I don't care. I don't really want to talk to anybody except for John Cena. So he goes, if you can spare some time to talk to me before WrestleMania, I'd appreciate it, and I'll be here. So we have that going on. And I believe there was a match between the two, and Cody Rhodes won, but at any rate. So we have that. Nakamura versus Damian Priest. Priest was about to win that match with the South of Heaven, and then McIntyre, he was sitting ringside. He intervenes. So Nakamura gets the win on disqualification. Or no, because of disqualification, Nakamura loses, but he still helps McIntyre lay out Priest. The brawl would continue. Basically, Priest just getting his ass kicked by McIntyre. But on the other hand, he didn't really see it coming, so there you go. Kind of hit from behind, and then it all escalated. But we know at some point we're going to see a Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, probably at WrestleMania, is what I'm guessing. They're just setting it up, but I think that will happen. Like I said, nothing in stone yet. They may be saving that for Smackdown next week, but I think at some point the two will face each other at WrestleMania. Viper versus Carmelo Hayes. So Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes. Orton wins. He didn't have much of a problem there. Yeah. But he tries to shake Carmelo Hayes' hand after the win. Being a good sport and all, because Carmelo Hayes did put up a fight. But Carmelo Hayes just shoves Orton's head back, like, no, I don't want to shake your hand. So the Viper gives him another RKO. And then he goes for his punt for good measure. So he's about to punt Hayes for good measure. Kevin Owens comes out. He pulls Hayes out of the way. Orton then runs out. He attacks Kevin Owens. They end up in a brawl with each other. He ends up getting, or more or less, he throws Orton to where Orton's back hits the back wall. And then that's how, but instead of capitalizing on it, as soon as the back hits, that's when Kevin Owens runs away. He makes his exit and gets out of Dodge as Orton recovers fairly quickly from the attack. So, yeah. So we know we're going to see an Orton versus Kevin Owens too at some point, probably WrestleMania. So get ready for that. It'll probably happen. We'll have that one at WrestleMania probably as well, because that's probably going to be the only way they keep Kevin Owens from running away. Then we have Gunther on SmackDown. I don't know why Gunther was on SmackDown. It didn't make much sense. They were in Spain, and they said Axiom. Of course, he calls Axiom out because Axiom, he's well known in Spain. He's half of the men's NXT tag team, he's half of the NXT tag team champions. So, but Gunther, of course, he ends up winning, even though Axiom basically took Gunther to his max, but still, Gunther does end up winning. There for a little bit there after the match, Gunther looked like he'd basically been in a fight, but he still puts the sleeper on Axiom after the fight is over, for good measure, I guess, and maybe to deliver a message to Jey Uso. But at any rate, I don't understand why that match, other than the fact that Axiom is from Spain, so it's a way for them to put Axiom on there, but other than that, I don't really see the reason why Gunther was on SmackDown. It didn't really make much sense. I don't know. I don't know what their gimmick was there, but it didn't make much sense. But whatever. Paul Heyman comes out, and then he announces that Roman Reigns is coming back on SmackDown next week. So some big news about Roman Reigns. He also says something about CM Punk. He said, but hey, CM Punk is not liking the fact that Roman Reigns is back, and that's okay. And, this is not CM Punk's night. This is Roman Reigns' night. And he says something about, he talks smack about, Seth Rollins. And, of course, the crowd starts singing humming Rollins' song. It says, I hate that song, and just so you know, this is not Rollins' night, this is Reigns' night. But at any rate, so Roman Reigns, we know he's coming back on SmackDown next week. So, big news there. Roman Reigns is back. Then we have, which I kind of figured, I think it's going to be Roman Reigns versus Rollins versus CM Punk at WrestleMania. I think that's how they're going to do it. So, that'll be pretty interesting. And then we have the Street Profits. They beat DYI and get the tag team titles. So they are now the new men's tag team champions on Smackdown. So there's that. Maybe now we finally got all that feud shit over with, and then now we can just concentrate on regular matches for the tag team. I don't know. I'm just kind of finding all this boring and like, let's just move on already. It's kind of a... But anyway, that is all I got for nerd news as far as that goes, just SmackDown. I know TNA had their thing last night too, but to be honest, I don't really watch TNA that much, so if I'm being real, I need to get into it again maybe, but I've got so many shows to watch already, so I'm like, it's hard enough just to keep up with WWE, let alone all the wrestling, so right now, WWE is it. But at any rate, we got these. Angela and I did. She's already opened hers. But I decided to open mine on here. So we got these from GameStop. The Deadpool and Wolverine. I think they're like clips. Yeah, bag clips. So we got these and all the characters you can get. But these are like, it's a mystery of which one I got. So they've got them all here on the back of what you can get. And there's even a couple mysteries here. So who knows what I got. And then they got Beetlejuice ones too. So she got a couple and I just got one of each. And I'll probably get one of each again next week. So we'll see what I got here. So I know my buddy Marthieve Maynor. There's my Marthieve Maynor mention. And by the way, he's having fun in Arkansas right now, celebrating St. Patty's Day. So I hope he's having a good time with his friends up that way. But yeah, I know he does a lot of these mystery things on his things, so I figured I'd do a couple on mine. Like I said, hopefully I'll get some more next week, and I'll see what I get. Maybe I will, because we've got, or I might do it the week after, because we've got Planet Comic-Con next week, so that'll be taking up a lot of my time. But at any rate, okay, so this is the Beetlejuice one. Beetlejuice, and I got, aw, that's cool. Here's who I got. Here's who I got. The poor guy. The poor guy who died in Beetlejuice. That is cool. Poor Bob. Poor Bob. But I got Bob. As my bag clip. So I'll put him on one of my bags. And then let's see who I got for this one. This one I'll probably put up in my car somewhere. Since my car is decorated up in Deadpool. Alright, let's see what we got here. As I'm trying to open it. My goodness, it's not easy to open. I may have to use scissors. He's like, no, you're not opening me. There we go. Finally got it. Yes, I am. Oh, I got the dog. I got a dog. I got Dogpool. That's cool. I got Dogpool. Angela might fight me for that one, but it's going to go up in my car, so. Dogpool. Dogpool. If I could, I'd put it on Daisy's collar, but Dogpool. Alright, so that's what I got for those. So I'll show you guys one more time, I guess. But, yeah, so I got Dogpool and I got Bob. So that's who I got this week. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Alright, now, let's see what we got here. Get into it. It's time for the questions of the day. Questions of the day. So that way I only have to upload one video and then that's it. I like that a lot better. It's easier this way. I have to play catch up because I do it this way, but on certain days, but it's alright. It makes it easier. I don't have to upload so many videos at one time, and I can do a lot less editing on the weekends, and it makes everything a lot easier. Alright, let's get into it. So, March the 14th. I just got the one question, I think. Yeah. The 15th. I'm sorry. I already answered the 14th. That was yesterday. 15th. Do you count your blessings? Well, not literally, no. I mean, figuratively, yes, but literally, no. Depends on how you mean it. But figuratively, yes, I do count my blessings. I am so fortunate right now that I feel so bad right now for a lot of those people that were affected by that storm last night. But at the same time, I feel very fortunate that I, can wake up this morning and I still have a place to live. I still have everything going for me. I'm still planning my day-to-day like I was, like normal, like it's just a normal everyday Saturday. And I know a lot of people today are waking up doing just the opposite. So, like I said, my thoughts and prayers go out to all of them. And what can I say? I feel very, very fortunate. But, so in that regard, and then of course with my family, I count my blessings there. But if you're talking like literally counting them, like no. But yes, figuratively, yes, I do count my blessings every day. There's things that I wish were better in my life, but at the same time, things could be a hell of a lot worse. So, and I pray for the ones that it is a hell of a lot worse. I know it could be worse. As bad as things are. Alright, so now getting into it here. Let's see what my questions were on this. Let's see. In the shower, impacted negatively, longer, shorter hair. Tornado up close. I think I'm right here. Okay, this looks about right. Okay, so here we go. If you were a psychologist, whom would you love to get on your couch for conversations? Whom would I love to get on my couch for conversations if I were a psychologist? I don't know. Because see, like what they're asking, because basically what it is, like they're on my couch and they're telling me things that, I mean, this isn't a love thing or something like that. This is like they're basically telling me things about their life that I may not really want to know. May or may not want to know. So that's a tough one. I would say any of my friends, of course my girlfriend, or any of my friends, or, close loved ones maybe. Even though I don't really know if I want to know everything about them, but still, just to help them out, because I think a lot of things I could probably just tune out, what they're telling me. I mean, I'm still here for you, but I'm not going to, you say isn't going any further. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. Because like I said, I'd probably tune out a lot of what they're telling me, which wouldn't be a good thing for them. But it'd be a good thing for me, because I don't think I would want to know everything. So, yeah. Would you prefer either a chauffeur or a private chef for 1 month as a gift? Chauffeur. Definitely a chauffeur. I can do all right with food. Food is not a problem. And I don't really like fancy food anyway, necessarily. I just like food in general. So, not a whole lot of food is. I mean, you could surprise me with a corn dog and I'd be happy. You don't have to go all out food wise. But a chauffeur would be nice. Take me from place to place for a month, especially if it's free. I'd take chauffeur. You know, like, okay, so you gotta take me anywhere I want to go for free for 1 month. Like, think of all the places I would go. Of course, I still gotta go to work, but still, on the weekends, that'd be nice. That'd be nice, especially with Comic Con coming up or Planet Comic Con coming up. They could just take me there and then come back and pick me up. That'd be nice. I wouldn't have to worry about parking or anything. So, all right, best message you ever got in a fortune cookie? I have no idea because I hardly ever get fortune cookies, and to be honest with you, I never remember any of them, so it's hard for me to tell you what was the best one. I have no idea because I don't remember any of them. I honestly don't. It's been so long since I've gotten a fortune cookie. So, because I don't eat Chinese, I don't go out for Chinese that often. I do, but not very often. So, what is the worst smell you've ever smelled? The worst smell I've ever smelled. I'd say when, which I smell it all the time here, is when I know the cat litter is full. That smells like, oh my goodness, the worst smell of ass ever is when or Patches when she goes to the bathroom, actually, but yeah, taking care of cat litter, I'd say, is like the worst smell ever. You open up the cat litter and then you take care of it or whatever. Especially in the summertime when you go outside, it's just like the worst smell of ass. So I would say cat litter, without a doubt. Taking care of cat litter. I'm going with that. Let's see, where was I at? Oh, right here. This will be my last question. What is the most memorable class you have ever taken in school or college? Most memorable would be the... I gotta think about it, because I've had a lot of good classes, both in college and in high school. So I would say maybe the Dale Carnegie course I took in college. I think that one was the most memorable. I kind of took a lot from that class, so, and I need to read up on that again, and because it's one of those things, like, even though you took the class, if you don't keep practicing it, you lose it, or keep rereading the book, you lose it. Kind of like reading the Bible kind of thing, and I failed to do that, and I need to go back and do that again. But yeah, I'd say the Dale Carnegie course I took. I think that one was very memorable for me. All right, now getting into the Missouri Day of History. Missouri Day of History. Let's get into it. So here we go. Missouri Day of History for March. I think I got right on the thing. March 15th. Here we go. We're going back to 1931. Celebrations are held for the final section of Route 66 to be paved in Missouri. It was a big party, downtown Rolla. Estimated 8,000 people turned out to commemorate the completion of Route 66 across Missouri. The road dated back to 1922 as Route 14, but it was more dirt trail in some areas. The route was designated as part of the National Highway System in 1926 and renamed US 60. The number changed again during a meeting at the Woodruff Building in Springfield when they renamed it Route 66. The final section to be paved was between Rolla and Lebanon, near the town of Arlington. And I have been there before. It's a really cool town. I've been to Rolla. I've been to Lebanon. So, and the Route 66 still goes through there, and it's really cool. In 1989, the Route 66 Association they formed to preserve and promote and develop the highway that impacted America as much as the highway history. Missouri was also the first state to put a historic marker on Route 66 at Kearny Street and Glennston Avenue in Springfield to forever commemorate the main street of America. So that's really cool. So there you go. Some Route 66 things about our history about Missouri. So we got that. So there's my Missouri history. And I think I'll try that beer later today, so I might do a taste test later. So there you go. Be on the lookout for that, but this will be all of my video for now. So on that note, I will see you all later. Peace out, and have a good day. Bye.